Kansas Kitty, and I welcome you back to my weight loss surgery channel. I had the RNY gastric bypass surgery on June 25th, 2018, so this marks my 52-week post-op update. I can't believe it's been a year since I've had this surgery, and I kind of contemplated on going back and reflecting back on the past year, you know, the entire journey, the lows, the highs, the struggles, the wins and successes. And I decided, you know, maybe I will still do some reflecting back when I have my 1-year follow-up appointment with my surgeon. However, I really felt like I took a moment to reflect back on the entire journey a couple months ago when I hit my 100 pounds down. I'll try to figure out a way to link that video either below or in a card. I've never done that before in here, so you can see that if you missed that. But that was it was probably my favorite video that I put together when I reached that ultimate goal of 100 pounds down, and I did some really cool reflection in that. Let's just get to stats. So 52 weeks out, almost a year. I started off my high weight at 238 pounds. I'm 5'6". I've been in maintenance now for 20 weeks. So, you know, a good amount of time here. The maintenance amount or the maintenance range that I set for myself is 138 to 145. When I jumped up on the scale today, I weighed 145. Oops. I am at the high end of my weight range that I have given myself for maintenance, and that goes up and down. I know I am retaining a little bit of water this week because when I threw in my running shoes one day, they were actually difficult to get on. And so after that run, I actually soaked my feet in cold ice water. It's not all about water retention this week. It is about some of the choices I made. I know that I have been up on my carbs this week, and I just kind of pushed my limit on them. So I did have a piece of pizza. That is not in my regular diet at all. And I went out with my girlfriends one evening this week, and I ordered pizza to go for my son, and I had a slice, and it was thin and it was cheesy, 5 cheeses on there, and it was so good. And so yes, I have been pushing the carbs this week. I did dump twice, really hard this week. And throughout this journey at the beginning, if some of you watched some of my earlier videos, you'll know I wasn't sure if I was going to be a dumper. And dumping sucks. It does. Just to put it plain and simple, it is no fun. And for the gastric bypass, it is a very common side effect to dump. And I didn't think I was a dumper early on, but I have learned there are trigger foods, and when I up my sugars, I do dump. And you would think that I would learn immediately and never have that again, but sometimes I think I just want it so bad that I actually will go ahead and test it out again and suffer the consequences. So one item that I did have this week, which I don't know if I've really had post-op honestly, was marzipan. Marzipan is a very sweet almond paste, and it's a German ingredient that we use in baking a lot, but you can get marzipan locally in different baked items or just plain simple the ingredient. And so marzipan is this very thick paste. It's very sugary, very sweet and almondy, and we use it a lot in cakes in our German recipes, but you can buy it at World Market. Just buy like a loaf of it. It's called Marzipanbrot, which is bread, and it's actually just like a small little loaf of this paste, kind of like a candy bar size, large candy bar size, and it's covered in dark chocolate. And we always get my father it for Father's Day, and so last week we got him some as a gift, and my son loves it too, so I always buy extra. Tried to have a little bit of it. Okay, I had the whole thing. I seriously had a whole marzipan brot, and it hit me hard hard and fast afterwards. That sugar just like went right through me and I was dumping hard. And dumping means rapid heartbeat, sweating, nausea, dizzy, mostly that rapid heartbeat, and just feeling sick and ill, and an immediate desire and need to lie down. And that's what I had to do. I had to lie down and wait for the feeling to pass, and it passed probably about 30 minutes later. Another thing that I dumped on this week was ice cream. I am in denial. I am in denial that I cannot have ice cream for the rest of my life. Like, I love ice cream, and these are the hot, sunny months where we want to have a cool treat like ice cream. And I get sick every single time, and I've had it several times post-op. Like I said, I'm just like hoping and wishing that I don't have a negative outcome from it each time I have it, and I limit myself. I really do limit myself on it. And I am wondering, well, my thoughts this week were, am I lactose intolerant? So lactose intolerance is not being able to fully digest the sugars in milk, and I definitely have that issue with milk as well. So when I can have a little bit of milk, but when I have too much, I just feel sick to my stomach. And with ice cream, every single time I try to just have a little bit, and it's so freaking good. Like, oh my God. I love ice cream. It's so yummy, but I can't do it. It triggers early dumping syndrome, like immediately. It is so quick, within 10 minutes, with maybe even less than 10 minutes. I'm talking about like 7 minutes after I have my last bite of ice cream, I get this rapid heartbeat and immediate need to lay down. I get sick super fast, and I think it's just that sugar dumping straight into my intestine. So I've learned I just can't do it, and I'm sad. I'm so sad about it. So same with milk. And so what I've done is I've switched to almond milk. Almond milk is very safe for me. I can do almond milk. I can do those like Halo Top ice creams, which are very low sugar and have that protein in it. I can do those. So I just need to keep that around. When my kids have a delicious bowl of ice cream, I'm gonna have my Halo Top. When they're drinking a nice glass of milk, which I love milk, I just love milk, I'm gonna have my almond milk. So I've been buying that. That's new for me. I don't think I'm completely lactose intolerant because I can do cheese. I can do cheese all day long. I can do yogurt all day long. I can do whipped cream. Like, that is actually, if I haven't ever mentioned that, that is one of my guilty pleasures, because whipped cream is super low carb, super low sugar, and like zero, I think. And I can just have a little bit of that, and it takes care of my sugar cravings. Okay, enough about food. So all I can do is promise you, I'm going to give you my word. I'm going to have you guys hold me accountable, and I am going to back off the sugars and some of those extra carbs that I've had this week. I'm going to try to lean out a little bit, and I am here to tell you that by next week, I'm going to report back a dynamic loss. Okay? Okay? No more 145. I'm not going to be 145 next week. I'm going to be below 145. Some of the brilliant ideas that might help me bring my weight back down are either doing a sugar cleanse. It's been a hot topic this week among some other YouTubers, and we're all, we all struggle from day to day. And as you start to add some of those sugars in, it's hard to take them out. So kind of considering doing a little bit of sugar cleansing, some lower carb. The pouch reset idea, I don't think that's really for me. I don't think I'll be able to have enough calories to sustain my running goals. So we'll see. I'll report back next week what worked for me. I had a day this week where I wore a black and white striped tank top to work, and I had a cute little skirt on, and it was on June 17th, 2019. And I happened to scroll back at a photo that I have used as a kind of pre-op photo. where I have a black and white striped tank top on and I'm much heavier. You know, there's probably about 100-pound difference. And I pulled up that photo and I looked at the date, and the date on that photo was June 17th, 2018. And it was funny that I, unintentionally wore this black and white striped tank top 1 year later. It was a different size, different tank top. And so I was able to do a side-by-side comparison, and I posted it on my Instagram. And it really was a good photo in terms of this week, looking back how far I have come in the last year, and just kind of reflecting back and pausing and appreciating where I was then compared to where I am now. I really feel for people. I feel for people that struggle with their weight and with their eating, specifically people that binge eat, because I suffer from that myself, and I still do. And my friend that I run with, she has a stepson in his early teens, and kind of preteen, early teen, and they had a really big dinner together as a family, and it was a full-blown big dinner. And shortly after, I think she said just 10 minutes later, she caught them at the front door and she saw that he was eating a ham and cheese sandwich. And in her mind, she could not believe, how on earth can you be eating an entire sandwich after we just sat here and ate this full meal together? And my heart immediately went out to her stepson, and I just felt so empathetic, and I understood. He is not feeding his stomach. He's feeding his brain. He's feeding his emotions, and he's struggling, and he's hungry, for something else. And that he's a split home child, so he's going back and forth, and his other home is very stressful. And I just really felt for him, and it reminded me of our community and how empathetic we all are to one another. And I felt really sad for him, but I also understood, and that connection that we have to understand and empathize and celebrate each other when we're succeeding, but being there for each other when we're falling down, is what really connects us in this weight loss surgery community. I received a really kind message on Instagram this week, and it reminds me of a number of messages that I received from some of my viewers and subscribers, and I just wanted to read a couple out loud. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not sure how confidential some of these folks want to remain, since it was a private message through Instagram. I want to thank you for your YouTube channel. I had the RNY gastric bypass on April 8th of this year, so I'm a little over 2 months post-op and down 40 pounds. I found that your channel, out of all the ones that I searched on YouTube, for the most informative, real, and I love watching you. Thanks for sharing your journey with the world. It takes a lot of courage to do that. I hope you have a wonderful day. How sweet, how sweet. Another one. Love your videos. I'm 2 weeks out from my gastric sleeve. I binge watched all your videos, learning a lot from your videos. Love your positivity. Thank you. Another one. A huge hello from sunny Australia. I just wanted to say a massive thank you for sharing your journey on YouTube. I'm coming up to 2 months post-op and wonder sometimes what I would have done if I hadn't come across your channel. You know how some people you can just relate more to than others. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. These mean so much to me. I mean, I was like tearing up, almost crying yesterday when I read this one in particular. I'm so glad when I receive messages like this, because it just keeps me going, and it motivates me and inspires me to kind of keep the channel going too, because I was thinking of probably getting close to the end at my 1 year mark, and that's where I am right now, and not my end time, but maybe doing less frequently. And so just hearing this positivity and encouragement that I'm reaching somebody is pretty crazy in my mind, but at the same time energizing to know that this isn't all just for me for record keeping, but that I'm possibly making a difference and helping someone out. So what's up for the week? I am doing lab work this week because the following week I'll have my 1 year post-op follow-up with my surgeon's office. Also, a couple weeks ago I was suffering from my adductor muscle. That's that groin, thigh, inner area, and I am so proud of myself for approaching and dressing it immediately, taking that rest, icing, foam rolling, and then getting right back into it. And so what seemed to be a pretty bad injury turned into a nag this week, and I actually ran more than I have in a long time this week and felt pretty good. I ran 60 plus miles this week, and I also set up some time to meet with a chiropractor who specializes in ART or ART, which is the active release techniques. And Dr. Black worked his magic on me because he massaged deeply into those tissues. It felt amazing, right into my inner thigh, kind of an awkward area, especially because he's quite a flirt. It was actually very comical because we had a huge storm come through in Kansas City, and he ended up turning off the lights in the room, and we watched the storm while he massaged me. Yeah, but he's married, and I think he's on wife number 2 or number 3 right now. But anyway, my girlfriends all go to him. He's amazing at what he does. He really worked some of the deep tissues in my left foot that I was having. That felt so good, so good. And then he also worked in my inner thigh area. And basically, the ART technique is massaging, stretching, and treating soft tissue injuries created by scar tissue, and just basically restoring and getting that proper muscle movement and function back. I signed up for a marathon this week. Crazy, yes, especially after having a little injury, but I've been feeling good. I've been feeling really good. So I'm doing one of the Michigan marathons in a month at the end of July. My best friend, my BFF, lives in Michigan, so it'll be a dual trip. I'll take the kids to go visit her. I'll also run the marathon, and this is in Milford, Michigan. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be kind of a bike path marathon around a lake, and it should be gorgeous and very, very shaded. It will be warmer, but it will be very shaded. So I'm excited to do marathon number 8 in a month. So today I'm feeling very energized about the dynamic week ahead. I'm feeling motivated and inspired, and what's going to get me there to have a successful week is meal planning. I'm going to add some strength training back in because I've been lazy on that, and also some continuing on with my muscle therapy with Dr. Black and my running. Wherever you are in your journey, remember that it's a journey for life. It doesn't stop at 52 weeks. It doesn't stop at 1 year. When you've decided to make a change, your journey starts at forever and ends at never.